Welcome, this will be the Jabsmania build for 1 Tamriel for the Stamina Templar. We are going a slightly different route than last time, but don't worry, everything, like even the previous setup, is still really strong. Now, I just want to show you some other stuff that is possible with the build and still works really well. The written guide will be on alchesthq.com/Jabsmania if you want to go check it out. Now, let's just check the stats. 3.5k weapon damage, 90% weapon crit, that's so much, 31k stamina. We are a Khajiit, that's why I have so much crit. You can use a red guard if you want to. We are using the Thief Mundus Stone, and the buff food we are using is the normal health stamina buff food. And we are using those potions like always to get the weapon damage bonus, the crit bonus and the extra stamina. Now gear wise, that's where it gets a little bit special. So first off, we are wearing Night Mother's Gaze. So what does this do? 5-piece bonus. When you deal crit damage, you reduce the enemy's physical resistance by 2.6k for 6 seconds. This debuff on the enemy works for the whole group. So you buff all your stamina boys in your group by quite a lot of damage. Now, you see I have really low health. If you want, you could do 5 medium, 1 heavy, 1 light, because I'm wearing 7 medium now. If you do 5-1-1, you will probably end up around 17.5k health, which is better for most people. In our trial runs, usually the tank is running Ebon armor, so I sit at 70.5k if I'm in a group, so that's not that huge of a problem. Then we are using Alkosh, weapon damage glyphs on all the enchants of course. Now this set, the 3-piece bonus is really strong, gives you 5% overall more damage on the mobs in dungeons, trials and arenas. And the 5-piece bonus, you see, whenever you activate the synergy, you deal 2k damage plus 17k damage over time. And then it reduces the physical and spell resistance of an enemy by 3k. So that works for your magicka and stamina people in your group. That's a lot of extra damage. Plus the 5-piece bonus is not that bad. We all know, we don't, on a Khajiit for example, on a red guard it's not that big of a deal. But the Khajiit, you only have 31k stam, and Jabs is really expensive, almost 2k, 1.86k stamina. So now you have to check the under on the passive, this one. Every time we activate the synergy, we restore 4% of our stam health and magicka, so we get 1.2k stamina back every time we activate the synergy. And because we are using Alkosh, we really want to use as much synergies as possible. So we get stamina back, plus we debuff the boss or the mobs. Now, I'm using a precise and a sharpened weapon. You could go double sharpened, but we have so much penetration, it's probably better to only have 1 sharpened piece and a precise one. Now I know most people don't have Alkosh weapons, that's not really a problem. You could use Alkosh on your armor here for example and craft Night Mother's Gaze daggers so you don't have to farm, you just can craft it and you're good to go. I only wear those because they look so freaking sick and glow cool, that's the only reason. On the back bar we use a Maelstrom bow. If you don't have it, you can use a Master's bow. It's just the Maelstrom bow is really strong. It buffs Endless Hill by a shit ton. Also I'm using the Crusher enchantment here. So this reduces the target spell and physical resistance. So we have even more penetration. Now, if the tank already uses this, you don't really need to. It's probably nice to have 2 people having it because they always have a cooldown. Then the last set is the Krag, it's a new monster set. Now this one, it gives you even more physical penetration, 2k on the 1-piece bonus, plus the 2-piece bonus in single target is about 2.5 to 3.5k DPS. So it's really nice. That's about the gear. Now let's move on. CP 72 mighty, 72 precise strikes. I have a lot of points in here because we have a high weapon critical, so we want to do increased critical damage, and that helps a lot. Plus a few points in the Thaumaturge, because basically everything we use is a dot, a damage over time effect, except for Steel Tornado, for example. Then here 90 points in Mooncalf, it's a stem recovery, 97 in Warlord, then here 90 Hardy, 97 Elemental Defender. You really can play around with CP, but most important is this setup. I would suggest you leaving it like this. I also have 1 point in piercing, I just realized. Now skill wise, Rearming Trap. This is really great because it buffs our critical damage by another 12%, so it's really strong. And the dot you get from this skill is also really nice. Now, Steel Tornado, our main AoE skill, everybody knows this here. Jabs, so this is our main damage skill. It does between 10 to 13k DPS, it's really freaking strong. Plus Burning Light, so whenever I deal damage with biting jabs, I have a 25% chance to proc Burning Light, which will give me another 4.3k physical damage, and it can crit, so it's really nice. It's gonna crit for probably 10 to 15k. Rending Slashes, a really nice dot, I use it on single targets. Repentance, you can use this, I like it because you can drain the mobs and get stamina back. Yes, a healer could use it, but if you use it, you are ensured that you always have stamina. Now, Rend, this is the dual wield ulti introduced in one Tamriel. So this is basically a strong dot over 16 seconds, it deals 50k. So you see, and it heals you for 50% of the damage done, so it's really freaking strong. It deals more damage than the Dawnbreaker. That's the thing. You still can use it if you want the extra 8% weapon damage from Dawnbreaker, but this is just really strong, okay? Endless Hail on our bow bar, probably our strongest skill. Cult Drops, really nice AoE and single target. Poison Injection, so this one here, only use Poison Injection from 50% health and lower. Because we do not have Maelstrom weapons, the Poison Injection is not that effective at the 100% enemy health. So use it from 50% downwards. Now, I have Vigor here. I mean, it's just nice having heals. And then Power of the Light. So this even helps further debuffing the enemies. So you see, the last text, targets are also inflicted with minor fracture and minor breach, reducing their physical and spell resistance by 1.3k. That's another 2 to 3% extra damage for all your group members. So you have a lot of support abilities or sets that really help the group a lot. Now again, if you don't want Repentance, what you could use, for example, here. You could use Deadly Cloak. I remember many people ask me, why do you use Deadly Cloak? So it's really easy. You see the last text. Shield you from shrapnel, reducing the damage you take from AoE attacks by 20%. So it's a 20% damage reduction on AoE. That's so freaking strong. And given that the trials are really difficult now because all got upgraded, it's probably nice to have. Okay, let's say it like that. So I think I covered everything. Again, I just think on a Templar, a non-Maelstrom build works better because we don't really benefit that much from Maelstrom, Dagger or Axe. Plus, if we use Rapid Strikes and not Jabs, we lose the Burning Light proc. So that's why I prefer a non-Maelstrom build. And now again, I just want to show you how you really can support your group a lot with really nice sets. the old setup still totally works. If you have, like, you don't need to change anything if you don't want to. It's just some suggestions. Okay, that's already it. If you have any questions, ask me in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching and see you soon. Cheers.